Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. Brian Anderson here with Sid Michael. It is 1 o'clock on the East Coast. Sid, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, buddy, I hear you great, man.
Awesome. Yeah, excited to be here and glad everybody else is here with us. So thank you guys for coming today. Nice crowd, and we appreciate it. And we'll get down to business in just a minute. Let's see if everybody can hear us. So. Oh, hey, Doug just said good screen, everything. Okay, yeah, excellent. Hey, Ken. Yeah, apparently some people had some issues getting in. It's weird. Some people said they never got the link, but, you know, there's a pretty good group of you here that obviously did. We never know, but obviously there was something up. One of those things that, you know, you just sort of shake your head and you just have no idea. But, all right, man. Hey, what's going on? Sid, what do you got going on today? Just kind of a weird week, man, having that Wednesday, Thursday holiday like that.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird, but I'm stacked up. I do the sales hotline for the Wiz thing, and I've got plenty of calls when we get off of this, so I'm excited to help everybody.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, let's get into it. So we do this like once a year, you guys, and we did it last year, and we were excited about it. And there's no pitch for coaching, so don't worry about that. There's no. I heard rumor that a lot of people are pitching coaching today and this week. So we are going to share some stuff for $1 at the end, but there is no coaching pitch. So please don't feel like you gotta run and hide and duck out or feel like anybody's going to pressure you in any way, because that's not why we're here. So let's see. All right, man. Well, let's do it. So we wanted to just talk about, and this is the perfect time every year, where are you going to be in 12 months, and obviously where are you today? And this is where so many people, that everybody knows where you want to be, right? But most people don't have any idea how'd you get here, what are your numbers, that kind of stuff, right? And we're excited because we're excited to do these kind of trainings because we think this stuff is not, it's underrated. You know, not enough people get into this kind of stuff. And a lot of times it's not the gimmick or the silver bullet that makes it happen. It's the blocking and tackling. It's the basics. And if you get the basics down, you're going to find that things just start falling into place for you. So let's.
I like to call it certainty. Whenever you get that certainty that, you know.
Oh, you're right. That's a great word, man. When you're certain and you're not confused in any way, things just seem to work out better. So, I think right now, this is a cool slide that Gene had made for us, and it says, "Are you ready to make 2015 the year?" The year, right? You know, the year that you break out. And everybody can do it. I know we've got people involved in our 1% group, our Wiz group. We have people from all over, right, involved. Everybody is in the right place. We're confident of that. A lot of it is just some good old-fashioned elbow grease and making it happen.
Well, Brian, if you don't mind, I want to just kind of ask questions in the group here. Can we just ask a couple questions? Let's see where everybody's at.
Well, we got a poll coming up. You want to hold it for the poll?
Okay, we can hold it for the poll. All right.
I think it's coming up in a minute. Let's do that on the poll. It's perfect timing for that. So most of you guys know Sid and I, but I always, well, since what's her name? Jean was kind enough to make pretty slides. If you want to know why they look so good, it's because Sid and I didn't do them. Or didn't do all of them.
We're trying to look better for you guys.
Yeah, no, Jean rocks. So this is a magazine. I somehow got put in a few digital magazines this last fall, 2 or 3 of them, and I did this thing on 20-year journey, you know, overnight success. Yeah, it took 20 years to go from corporate cube guy to millionaire entrepreneur, and it's fun, you know, but it's serious because at the end of the day, it is about making it happen. It's not about who posts the most on Facebook and who seems like they're just, you know, they're buying Bentleys and Ferraris and things like that. It's about having real clients. You know, in my case, it's automotive franchises and a few stragglers that are outside of that are still here. And I closed a big reputation deal in the 4th quarter, which basically made my year from a Media Mash perspective. You know, I branched out from search over the past, you know, 5 years into social media, into mobile, a little bit of video, less on the teaching and more on the doing side on the video. And then more recently, once again, less on the teaching and more on the blocking and tackling. Instead of talking about and selling reputation, I sold reputation to my client. And Very, very good deal. Most of you guys know me. I have 4 kids. I pretty much have to succeed. If you saw my monthly nut and bills and cheerleading and utilities and everything else, man, I gotta keep working. And I know, Sid, you got a lot of similar things, man. You want to talk about your sales background?
Yeah, man, that's pretty much all I really did. You know, I went right into the car business. I wouldn't say I was as successful in school as Brian was, but I was a real socializer. You know, I really enjoyed talking to people and meeting people and stuff. And I tend to want to socialize more than pay attention, but it also was just a little boring to me. But I went right into sales, automotive, where the salesy of sales types were around, and I succeeded. I got into upper level management where I had people under me at 23. Actually, I was 22 to be official, but I always say 23 because I just about to turn 23. But so almost half my life I've been in either an owner of a business or in a upper level management role, and I learned a lot. I made all the mistakes. That's how I learned the most. I stepped in the bear trap more times than anybody I would know. But I tell you what, when you step in a bear trap and it hits you an old hip national bank, you tend to learn that lesson really fast. And so I enjoy sharing with people and watching them avoid those bear traps, that I once stepped in, and I could see others about to step in. I love kind of saving the day and stopping them before that happening. So.
No, I love it, Sid. Well, let's do that poll, and let's do what you were talking about. Let me put the poll up, and I'll let you take over here. Hang on a second. Which one? Let's do this, you guys. No one sees your name, including us, so you can be completely honest. Sid, do you see it on the screen by chance?
Yep, I do see it, and that's funny. That's exactly what I was going to ask. Good poll.
Yep. So, guys, we got it up here, and you see the questions. It's all about last year. How'd you do? And you see goose egg. Did you lay a goose egg for some reason? 0 clients, no revenue. Do you have less than 5? Maybe you're kind of hitting the ground. You're not really running yet, but you're getting some traction. And then some of you are, in that 5 to 10 range where you're making a pretty healthy income. And then I know there are some, I don't know if you're on the call, but are over 10 clients. So let's see where this breaks down. And if you don't mind, we'd love everybody to vote. At least 80, 90%. So go ahead and vote. Be honest. We don't see your name. We have no idea who says what. So we've got about half of you. We'll give it a few more minutes, and we'll see where it shakes out, guys.
All right, we're seeing responses all over the board here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we don't see anybody's name, you guys. For the person who just said that, we don't see the names. Somebody said the screen's not showing.
I'm seeing it.
You see it, though, Sid?
Yeah, if my internet's seeing it, most should be seeing it.
Yep, Manfred, check. It might be just not the primary window for you or something. All right, I'm going to close the poll now. I'll give you 5 more seconds, guys. 3/4 of you voted. If you're on this call and you're listening, just hit the button. You know the answer, not us. This is about last year. But it also gives you an idea of where other people are at, and I think it'll help put it in perspective for you. All right, I'm going to call it. Let's see. All right, you see the results, Sid?
Yeah.
Shocking on that goose egg. I thought it'd be lower than that, but 45%.
I don't think that's shocking. I've been on other calls and seen it way higher. I think we got to.
Yeah, I just was thinking, more in the 1 to 5 category, but healthy. It's a pretty even split with that 1 to 5 category.
Yep.
And then
that's okay.
11% are making what we consider pretty good money, 5 to 15K, and then there are 1% of you, the 1%, et cetera, right? 10 plus clients and or 20,000 a month or more. So
that tells me personally that 88% of these people on the call right now need to stay on here and listen to what we are going to offer, and 12% of them can still watch, but it may not be what they need. We're gonna appeal to the 88%.
That's right. Yeah, this will definitely focus. Actually, if you're in the 5 to 10, this still makes sense because you still need to be doing the same thing. You haven't hit escape velocity yet. All right, let's stop it. Anything else, Sid? Any other questions around this you want to hit?
No, I just wonder if as everybody kind of, and I've said this on a couple calls in the past, have you slowed down and thought about, think about the game. Think about the game, right? Have you thought about the game, right? Have you thought about have you been honest with yourself and thought about where you're sitting, what you're doing, and what you want to change? And have you had that talk with yourself yet? Just give me a response in the questions group if you have. I just want to know. Does everybody understand kind of, I know there's a lot of distractions, and that's definitely something we're going to talk about. Give me some response. Show me you're active today. If you haven't, please do. And if you haven't yet, do that with us as we go through this call, because I want everybody to be focused on what you're going to do starting today. Who cares about yesterday? It's over. I can talk about you can be a victim all you want about yesterday and the day before. We all had bad problems. Everybody's got a crazy life. Everybody has a crazy family. Everybody's got the gay uncle. Everybody's got all that. Everybody's got the shiny object syndrome, blah, blah, blah. But let's start right now. It's starting today. Feel that? That's the way we're going to start going from here on. So let's keep moving, Brian.
All right, so guys, from a business standpoint, Bloomberg said, this is in a Forbes magazine article, 8 out of 10 entrepreneurs who start fail within their first 18 months. The good thing is you haven't failed. You're here. You're working. 80% crash and burn. And one of the biggest reasons is they run out of cash, and that's more so in a traditional brick-and-mortar business. But the same thing that hits those guys hits agencies and people in our business. The cracks in the foundation, the blocking and tackling, the basics of the game start well before the day that everybody hangs it up. Let's see. All right, let's see. So we're going to go through our favorite 7 mistakes, or sins, if you will, and they're not the ones from the Bible. They're not pride, lust, greed, envy, sloth. They're not those, right? They're the business sins. And all of us, Sid and I included, are guilty of one or more of these. And, I'll admit mine as I go, I think. Let me see. Focus. Sid, focus is a big one, man. And I suspect that's the biggest one for all of them. I saw a comment from Doug. Doug just said there's too much stuff whirling about. The internet marketing Tasmanian devil. I mean, that's pretty well said.
It is. It is. It is a lack of focus. But let me tell you, what I think as far as focus, right? And I'm not trying to put anybody out or call any names or do anything, but when you're going to focus, right, the first thing right out of the gate, what is important to you at that point, at that moment? There's times I turn my phone off. There's times I turn Facebook off. There's times I get in the car and decide where I'm going after I'm sitting out on the road. You got to just help yourself focus to that first point and then focus on where you need to go. There's certain emails you might have gotten on that you need to just get away from. There's nothing they're going to bring to the plate. Maybe there's one thing out of the whole year, but everything that they pull you back is not worth it. You need to only focus on what you want, and having that quiet conversation with yourself that I'm telling you about, it should come clear to you what you want. What's going to be, priority in your business. Brian, how many times are we like, hey, listen, this is something that pays us. Let's focus on that. Because we're talking about banter stuff. I don't know what we're talking about. We talk about everything in 5 minutes. But what we're talking about, we have to say, hang on a second. Let's talk about what's effective right now. What's gonna generate money for the business. And it makes it very clear, and then we move forward. But
yeah.
Sometimes you gotta
once you know, it's easy. It's really easy.
Clean your side of the street.
Yep.
So.
I like it, Sid. Yeah, but this is the biggest one that we see people in our coaching groups. This is the one that everybody makes a mistake. Confusion reigns, like Leslie just said. Yeah, Herschel, I see it. I can't help you with that right now. Go ahead and call into the technical support number, Herschel. And Paul, if you can get Herschel that number if you see it. Yeah, Jeffrey just said the attraction of distraction in a big way. Yeah, listen to this. John just said, and focus is a big one because he actually lost everything at the beginning of the year, but focus pulled him through and got him to where he is today. I mean,
there you go. That's a fact of when you're in deep water. What do? You swim.
You sink or swim, man. Most people are going to swim, right? They're going to fight their way out.
That's right.
Now,
Even when you don't know how to swim, you're going to damn figure out when you're in deep water, right? That's because you're a natural survivor. I love it.
dude, we got to say, I'm sick of talking about this. What do you want to say about this, Sid? I think we need to make a promise on this.
Dude, straight up, I am like, you know, I didn't even come from IM. Like, I didn't even, you know, when I released my trainings, the first one, I never even knew what a WSO or a product or what any of that stuff. I didn't know anybody. You know, I mean, David Sprague was my DD one night at an event. I didn't know who he was. You know what I mean? Like, I had no clue who anybody was. So the one thing that got on my nerves the fastest was everybody talking about this shiny object syndrome. Well, you know what? I almost feel like it's like racism or you know, it's like the more you talk about it, the more we create it. I want to make a vow, a promise to myself, and I would like everybody else to make this vow also. Let's quit talking about frickin' shiny object syndrome. It's a cop-out. It's an excuse. Get rid of it. It doesn't exist unless you make it exist. Any problem that you have that's putting wind in your sails has only got wind in its sail because we're putting it in there.
You're letting it.
We're letting it get in ourselves and letting it create a problem. You know, it's funny. I talked to a life coach once about what, you know, and she told me, she said, Sid, these problems are only problems because you're putting the wind in the sail. And it all came clear to me right then. Holy crap.
It's a big one. You know, don't let this be in. You know what? I'm pretty happy to say that I think most of the people on this call have gotten past that point. And
that's the second part I wanted to say. I think we're so much bigger and better than that. Like, definitely think. Go ahead, Brian. I mean to cut you off, but
no,
I definitely think our group is so above. I mean, we know we poll and we promote some other people's stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe, you know, like how strong some of your guys on your, you know, that are in your list and stuff." We know we've got the real deal, and we work with the real deal, and we've helped train and worked and whatnot. We've got a better group of people right here than I think anybody else in the offline market for sure, 100%. We've got more people doing.
One of the problems.
Yes.
Just moving on, dude. One of the problems is we try to only give good advice. We're not always successful, but we do make a concerted effort to give good advice, right? And you and I talk about this all the time. We get hit up 10, 20 times a week by people saying, "Hey, promote my shit," right? And they say it a little more eloquently, but in essence, they basically mean promote my shit. And we don't do it. I think we had 2 losers in 2014 I wish we could take back. You know, it's hard to always be right. But mostly everything we did was top-notch, solid, and it was winners. And the difference is, you've heard this before, but we're out there. I mean, it's New Year's Day. I had an email. You guys, this is real. I'm going to pull my email up. I got an email from a client about a mobile site. At 3, I'm going to show you what real is right now. And I'm going to tell you, this is the kind of shit that happens in the real world. In the world of fake IM, this never happens, right? I'm going to show you an email. This is, do y'all see my email? You see it, Sid?
Yep.
Brian, you know, redoing his mobile site, he lost the rights to something. This is 3/22 on New Year's Eve. This jerkwad, who happens to be the VP, said, "Timing, can this be done by this weekend?" At 3:22 on New Year's Eve, he hits me with a change to the mobile site that was critical. So, I step up and I get it done this morning. I got it done yesterday, actually. I come back to the guy with a hammer. This is 2 hours ago. We put together 2 mock-ups using Bill Walton, who's one of their spokesmodels, and using his crowd picture. Designed to these sites. I gave him the reason and logic behind him. You know what? That's called keeping it real, guys. This is real. This just happened this morning, and the difference is we've been in the same positions that some of you are in, or many of you are in, or will be in, and it happens. Sid probably has 15 or 20 calls a day, if not more, from a sales perspective. I'm dealing with clients day in and day out. We can give good advice. We don't dream it up in la-la land. Like, it comes from this. It comes from shared experiences. And it's important that if you realize somebody's full of shit, and you don't need us to tell you, but if you realize they're just full of it, it's the beginning of the year. I don't know, it's up to you. You find the ones that are crap and unsubscribe and get rid of it and get it off your plate so you can, what can you do if you get rid of that? You can focus. That's all we're saying. Get good advice. Now, I shared these before, but I loved them, Sid. These are feedback from different members. My favorite, if I can only get my 9,000 back from all those fake marketers that sold me their crap, I'm so done. 9K, and he's serious, though. I know this guy. I had a phone conversation with him. And it gets comical when people joke about their push-button softwares. Most of them are, are BS, especially in IM. In the local space, it's a little more tangible, but the reality is in IM, it's crazy. So, let's see.
I won't mention his name, but I just wanted to talk about somebody real quick. They go, hey, listen, man. He goes, I'm not saying anything about what you've put out or any of your training. He goes, I take full responsibility for not taking.
Yeah, I know. It's well said. I read that too. Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, right there, taking full responsibility, you're so far ahead of a lot of people. They're in denial. The fact that you're taking responsibility, I have without a doubt that you will be way more successful in the next 12 months just getting to that point of responsibility. It's hard to do, man. It's hard to admit your faults. I mean, God knows those of you who are married admit you're wrong all the time, don't you?
Yeah. I'm not even touching that. Hey, Henry just shared you guys, and I hit share on the Q&A box, so you should see it, is a good resource to unsubscribe. Whether it's marketers or companies just emailing you, you're just flooded with crap. If you don't know it, unroll.me is awesome. You can get rid of, in 20 minutes, you can get rid of 100% of the crap in your inbox. It's amazing how good it is. So, good share, Henry. Yeah, thank you. So,
Todd Freeman says Elvis may have left the building, but I made it.
All right, hey, let's go on. I love that. It all comes down to making the right choice. Red pill, blue pill, failure, success, whatever it is. If you're not getting bad advice, the likelihood of you going in the right path is that much higher. And it's important, we all need that advice. I mean, I think of the people I talk to on a weekly basis for help and for feedback. Sid's one of the big ones that I speak to on a regular basis, and I will tell you that talking to somebody that knows what they're talking about is actually it's half the key to avoid making mistakes. So only you can do this. When you make these decisions, you got to choose wisely, and you got to avoid. Listen, there was a guy pushing, I'm not going to name his name right now because, maybe it's going to shake out to be the greatest thing ever, but there was a guy pitching some newfangled technology that was so bleeding edge, and I'm not discounting that it's cool because I like it too, but I can't support something like that because you're talking about something that appeals to the top, to the half of 1% of businesses out there. Most businesses have no interest. It just is irrelevant. You have to stay grounded, and you have to be important. Another one, Sid, is that whole strategic versus tactical. So many people get hung up on this, man, or they say, we hear it lately with the cult of reputation. I call it the cult of reputation, but they focus in on one thing, but they don't think about the big prize. If you're doing reputation, which is a great service, a great product, there's some great vendors and tools, right? If you're doing it, don't close your mind. Don't leave upsells off the table. Don't walk away from the opportunity to upsell on this, and this. You can turn a deal from $1,000 into $3,000 or $4,000 easy. Easy. I upsold reputation into a search deal. It just fits. So don't turn a blind eye saying, I only do this thing because it's what I want, but even though the customer may actually need these 3 things. Even if your margin isn't great, even if you had to outsource, and you don't want to walk away from the money. You want to be a one-stop shop as a small agency because most small businesses, they don't want 5 vendors, you guys. They don't. They want one neck to choke, and it's going to be yours or mine or somebody else on this call. Let's see. All right. Sid, I'm going to let you harp on this, man. I know this is a bad one, and we're seeing it in the Wiz Systems group. We've got an amazing product with Wiz that's very much mathematical and numbers-based, You have to know your numbers. This is a big one, man. What do you think?
Not knowing your numbers where I came from was like grounds for termination.
Didn't you fire people for that? Like, in all seriousness, not joking around. You would fire people for that, right?
Well, you sent them home for sure if they didn't know their numbers. I told you I had a guy named Brian Allison. He was a young GM, but the guy was no, his name was Brian Allison. He was tall, skinny, good-looking guy. He was
oh, it might have been me.
Yeah, exact opposite. No, I'm kidding. So he was wicked smart though. I mean, the guy was wicked smart. His it's funny. I'm going to tell you what drove him at the end. But anyways, guy was $1 million guy, straight up general manager, making $1 million a year plus. And the reason why he came over to us because he wanted equity in the store. And when AutoNation bought it out, he made $9 million or something like that. But the point is, the guy would walk around with a football and he would throw it at you. Like I'm talking about like spiral beamed it at you, and you'd catch it, and he'd go back end, front end profit, and you had to say, you know, or used car front end profit, and you'd have to go, you know, 2,100. How many cars out for the month? How many appointments? I mean, anything that he's asked you, you had with seconds. If you like hesitated or didn't know the number, he'd go home. And I watched him send guys home all the time. I knew my numbers. You know, I never got issued with it. He quit throwing the ball at me, period, because I just knew my numbers. I would never get caught without it. But I was so anal with this guy working under this man that I had 36 uniforms. I bought my uniforms by the dozen. Every one of them was pressed, perfect, you know, altered, everything. If God forbid something at lunch, if I got something on my shirt, I went home and changed it immediately. Or I kept one in my locker. We had lockers, right? I mean, you stayed on top of your game. And I got to be honest, by knowing my numbers and running at that speed and that much accountability with no excuses or someone to blame it on, because let's face it, we all like to blame it on somebody else. All right, selling cars. When somebody said a uniform, we wore Toyota Mall, Georgia uniforms. It was the death of the tie. We got out of the monkey suits. I loved it. All right. When you know your numbers that informative, I knew everything I did when something worked, when something didn't work, when something was good. Things we were doing 12 years before CRMs. We were working way before anybody knew what reputation was. We had the raving fan wall, and we were creating reputation right there locally. We were way ahead of our time, but we knew our numbers, and that's how we saw everything happening. If you don't know your numbers, if you don't know how many people you called last month or week or yesterday or whatever,
spoke to or met or referred to, you got to know.
You're spinning your wheels.
You know why? Now, so that leads to the next one. And this one is the one that everybody should be ashamed of if you're guilty of this, and only you know. You can fix it. It's not. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you should vow to fix it right now. Lack of effort. You see Garfield the cat? He's enjoying a soda, potato chips. He's chilling out, right?
The pitfall of working for yourself, you know, you're going to do one or two things. You're going to work too much, ding, ding, me, or you're not going to work enough. And you know, a lot of you have heard me talk in the past when I published Atlanta Cars Magazine. The reason why I did that, honestly, was because I needed the structure in the beginning when I first started working for myself, because I found myself, man, I ain't got to call nobody and lay out. All I got to do is deal with myself. Shoot, I can get away with this, right? I did the Atlanta Cars Magazine because I was walking into dealerships every day. It made it real easy to sell direct mail, right? That was my first main business. And it kept me accountable. There's a lot of responsibility in owning your own business. There's a lot of responsibility. There's a lot of free time to get in trouble. You need to set your calendar to every 15 minutes you should have something to do. When somebody cancels on you, instead of crying and posting it on Facebook and worried about it and feeling all down, you should be happy that you just got an extra 15 minutes to be able to breathe. And you won't have this problem with lack of effort.
Only you know it, but if it's you, Sid, fix it today. Let it end today. Know your numbers, plan your week, plan your month, and you will never have this problem. And once you solve this problem, you get rid of shiny objects, and you just buckle down and make it happen, dude, you will be successful.
What's the penalty for those two words? We got to come up with something. There's got to be a money jar or something. You got to put a quarter in the jar every time you say it.
Which ones?
The S-O. Can't be saying the S-O no more.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't hear it.
The shy.
Oh, saying them, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're not allowed to say that anymore.
I'll send you my virtual quarter in a second.
There you go.
All right. No, you're right. But you have to be You have to be vigilant, you guys. So, and you don't need a PhD. You don't need a PhD. It isn't rocket science.
No, it's not.
All of you
Simple.
can be successful. Middle school dropout to PhD, it doesn't matter. It's hard work. It's very simple skill sets. Time management, working your plan, knowing your numbers, staying busy, avoiding bad advice. I mean, that ain't rocket science, but it's the #1 thing affecting almost every single person. All right. So we're a big believer in the whole skilled, trained, and educated thing. This is an event we ran for our automotive group. I see TV on the call. I know TV was at this meeting. And Todd Freeman was here, I remember, and I don't know, it was about 30 people, I think. This was up in Gwinnett in Atlanta, North Atlanta, and we do a lot of these boot camps. We're going to do a bunch of them, and we've actually decided to get rid of charging. We're not even going to charge for them anymore because it's not about the money for the boot camp. Usually we just do it to cover expenses. At the end of the day, it's about high-quality advice and training and pushing people in an immersion environment. That's what it is. And it's very important that you guys do that. As you spend your time on a weekly, monthly basis, you want to always be improving your skill set, your training, getting smarter, more proficient in your business. That's time well spent. So let me get into this. I'm gonna share something for $1 in a minute, you guys. Just heads up. So we want you to start this year with what we think is the best team, and we're part of it. We're by no means the only part of it. We're just part of it. Training. We think the training is key. You got to have foundation training. I don't care if you're a newbie, and newbie equals a week in the business, or you've been around 5 years but you haven't turned the corner. Not 88%, or something I think Sid said, fell in that category that, man, they truly need to make some changes. And the tools. So creating that whole dream business, that whole work-life balance, the dream, if you will, you got to stop the overwhelm, which isn't hard if you just follow the numbers. Stop chasing. You can read it. I'm not paying Sid a quarter. #2, you can read it. Stop the distractions. I'm going to let you guys, you don't need my help on that. And just get the help you need.
I'm like Joe Tate. Does anybody know who Joe Tate is? The worker that tackles him. You seen that video ever? We used to train with it, and with that stuff. He used to where the guy would tackle you whenever you do something wrong. He was like the overabundant, he was like employee of the month every time. I'm Joe Tate about the #2.
Dude, it's important. Just stop it, right? But so what held you back? I mean, this is what we saw, straight up. Lack of focus. I think you can all admit to that, hey, Sean. Lack of proper tools. A lot of people fell into that place, and we've worked hard on the tool side, on our end, guys. Lack of training. God, we do a lot of training, you guys, and it's all real-world based. There's no BS. Lack of systems. A lot of people fall guilty, #4. Procrastination, I've fallen guilty of that one. I know I have on 5, you guys. It happens to the best of us.
It is being recorded, right? Okay, check. Okay.
Lack of accountability, like Sid. Sid for #6. Oh, just teasing. But, lack of a like-minded community. We're all in communities, right? If I look at some of you, you're in 100+ Facebook groups. 100+. It's crazy. I actually went unsubscribed. I was talking to Jay Traylor on Facebook, and he made a comment about unsubscribing from a bunch of stupid groups he was in. He didn't know why he was in, and I said the same thing. He's right. And I just went in and, what am I in this group? Sometimes people just add you and you don't even know. So I unsubscribed from a ton of them. Fear. Now, how many people that you talk to are actually scared to close the deal? Oh my God!
There's 90%. There's more than just talking to the customer. Once they get over to talking to the customer, then they go into a panic mode. Holy crap! What if I can't fulfill what I just promised? I can't say that. You know what I mean? So that's the biggest. That's a very common one for everybody, and that's okay, because that's what we're gonna do. Brian, being honest, what do you think our top 3 issues are in that group, in that list? I've got my top 3.
Held back for us is 5, but not all the time. I mean,
no, not so much. I think 4, 9, and 11.
Yeah, 9 for sure. 4 we fixed this year, and 11 for sure. I would say sometimes we put off to late in the game on #5, but we always get it done. But yeah, I would agree. 9, 11 for sure on our end, and 4. So we brought in a whole team to fix 4, you guys, because
what's one thing do you think we've mastered as far as that maybe you weren't the best at before? What do you think we've done really good with our team? With you and I personally, communication, right?
Oh, I would say yeah, communication, accountability. Number 6. I don't think either of us have any fear. I think we've gotten rid of a lot of bad habits on 10. We've done a good job on those.
We're fearless, not because out of intelligence, out of pure. There's not no one to fear what we should fear, probably. No, that's good.
All right, let me move on, you guys. Let's see. These are important, though, and only you can answer them. They're personal, right? You don't have to share them. They're personal. So you really have a choice right now. You can kind of keep doing what you were doing, the insanity, the whole Susan Powder thing, right? Or kind of rebuild your practice in your agency the right way. Stop making silly mistakes. Stop doing it all wrong, and start blocking and tackling. Work on the fundamentals. Whether you're new or you've been around a long time and you need to just do a reset, an online reset, right? You have to follow that. We truly want to help you succeed. We work with so many of you in different groups and in different programs, and at the very least, I think we're at least considered friends and colleagues and peers with everybody here. But we do want to help change those numbers and get more of you to succeed. And Gene gave us this, Sid, in Gene or Sue, I'm not sure, talking about people abandoning their New Year's resolutions, right? Happens all the time. Happens all the time. The average person makes the same one 10 times and they fail 10 times in a row. Crazy. So this year, we think if you change one thing, you can actually change everything. It can be a catalyst to change your whole business. And we hope it's the fundamentals, and we hope it's, taking better advice and cutting out the garbage, et cetera, right? We want to kind of share our blueprint system. Like I said, it's $1, so you'll see in a second. It's painless to check it out. Oh my gosh. It is about a dream life, whether it's a work-life balance, excuse me, whether it's more revenue, more customers, whatever it is, right? We all have a similar mission. It's about that whole dream, and it's a little different for each of us. We want to help you get there. Now, I'm going to tell you more about our team. Our team is, and this is only a third of them actually, but at least on the leadership figurehead side, myself and Sid, who you know, most of you know, whether you know it or not, you know Jean Calenda and you know Sue White. Very, very savvy ladies, and we were lucky to hook up with them over a year ago in terms of partnering on our training academy. And we got 2 masters in business, 1 award-winning sales guy, a legendary sales guy. We've got a Microsoft certified trainer. We got a New York Times best-selling author. It's over 100 years of experience, business experience. Not 100 years old. I think we're actually much older than that, but 100 years of business experience. And these are the leadership. And then we got the team behind the team, and we actually should do a better job of calling them out maybe next time we can. Everybody here has a 6-figure plus business. And I know Sid and I we have a 7-figure business, and then I have a 7-figure business on my own. So it's pretty serious. We do this for real, and we created this thing called the Local Training Academy. We did it a year ago, and we only offered it once to people, and we had a tremendous pickup, as you would imagine. And it was kind of this sort of a place that served as a nexus for training, education, skills, sharing, an elite Facebook group, tooling, everything you can think of, PLR, accountability, outsourcing, private interviews, training, coaching, everything you can think about, themes. It's sick how much stuff's in it. If you want your shiny objects, bing, bing, I'll pay the quarter. If you want them, you got more than you could ever want just inside of our system. But they're all handpicked, so they're all useful. They're not just silly. And it's for more than the price of a Coke and less than the price of a coffee. It's roughly $223 a day. And if it's just not worth it to you, then there's nothing we can do to help you. But I'm going to give you some examples. We've got over 150 training videos spearheaded by Sue. Sue does an amazing job in the how-to section. It's crazy. Gene and Sue did this the over-my-shoulder training. Awesome. 6 weeks, step by step. Watch us do it. Heck with talking about it in theory and high level, where the last mile is never discussed. It's all that last mile training, right? Tons of PLR. Gene started with just a few things, but now we've got dozens of categories, tons of areas, because content has become critical for local marketing. And we've got all your base content you will ever need here. You're going to tweak and edit it, but you're going to love all the starting points that we've written for you. You got the whole foundation to grow your business series. Sid and I did. It was awesome. There was some productivity stuff in here that Gene led. There is so much training. WordPress plugins. We've got dozens of them in the group, right? Tons of them. Useful plugins you're actually going to use. Here's one that I wanted to call out. Here's a cool Facebook YouTube plugin, allowing you to create galleries on your page. Very, very slick. And we've got these kind of things in here. People always ask us about themes, and in our mind, themes are don't put all your eggs in a theme, right? A theme is just a starting point. But hell, we've got hundreds of them as a starting point, right? Whether it's e-commerce, whether it's professional themes, grounding themes, silo sites, it doesn't matter. Business themes, we've got them all here for you to use. We've got a lot of stuff. Now, we got something pretty cool that's coming out that Gene put together. It's coming out right now. It's going to be coffee break interviews. And what she's doing is she's interviewing tons of clients and other business owners on marketing-related topics where they struggle. This isn't like, hey, I'm going to interview you, Gene, or vice, she's going to interview me. No, she's interviewing this carpet company in Conway, South Carolina, and she's asking them the hard questions and she's sharing it out for you. It's really good, and you're going to love this series that she put together. So
great way to get
that's our
insight and support.
Oh yeah, it's crazy, man. And what we did is we added in into this group as kind of a bonus. We did this whole local internet secret thing spearheaded by Sue. And this was the whole done-for-you video training. So when a client says, nah, I'm not interested, I'm going to do it myself. Usually, you fight the good fight a little bit, and then you move on. But now you have kind of what we call a downsell. Completely fulfilled by us, managed by Sue and Gene, but it's awesome. It's all this done-for-you video training where you can sell up and you can get 50% commission. You push a button and it pays you recurring every month. Billing is handled for you. It's a piece of cake. Very, very good. Now, this is a bonus we added in. You don't have to do anything other than sign up once you're in the members area. Then the other bonus is it just keeps getting better. Our group has over 1,300 members. And all these guys and gals are serious from 6 continents. So if you're in Europe or you're in Australia, New Zealand, we got you covered. We've got North Africa, we got we've got Israel, we got people in Egypt, we got South America, we got people like David Dust in Cuenca, Ecuador, formerly of Atlanta. We've got everybody you can think of, Canada well represented. But we've got this amazing group of people who have been there, done that, gotten beat up, gotten the bruises, but they've also got the T-shirts and the merit badges. And I wouldn't trade this group for anything. These people are so smart. And it's not just about Sid, myself, Gene, or Sue, right? It's about the collective wisdom that comes out of a large community. And this is how you can do it. I'm not going to belabor the point. We'll take some questions. This is the link. If Paul or Sid or somebody, if you put this in the chat box, this is how you can join. We're making it really, really easy to check it out. And I'll tell you about that in just a second. One thing I'll do for anybody that signs up, right? The first 50 people that sign up, we're going to give you what we did once for 4 or 5 days last year, and we haven't done it since. If you check your emails, you'll see we really haven't. We're going to give you a bump to 100% of the money. What that means is anytime you sell the local internet secrets product, as a downsell to your clients and prospects, instead of getting half the money, we'll give you 100% of the money. Typically sells for $100, so you sell it once, you'll keep the $100 on recurring bill right into your account. It's completely set up and done for you. Very, very smooth. So that'll be the first, I think we'll say 100 people, and it's extremely good. I want to compliment Sue in a big way on that. So for those of you that are, maybe you're procrastinating, maybe you've been making some poor decisions, we'd love to have you. You can go ahead and visit the link. It's $1. We made it easy to check it out so that you'd have no reason not to try it. Now, it's $67 a month, but we're letting you in for $1 to check it out. And honestly, I'm fine if you come in, try it, take some of our themes, some of our training, and if you just don't think it's good, you're welcome to keep them as a gift from us and walk away. But I wanted to make it so easy that it's $1, and if you're absolutely serious about being successful, we've packaged everything you could ever want, plus all kinds of training, which is really the gold, right, in the community, and the help and the support. And we're letting you come in for $1. And we've never actually done that before. This is the first time we've ever done it for $1 like this, right? You won't get this anywhere. I'm not going to blast other marketers. You saw my email from today, from New Year's Eve. This is what we do. If that's what you want to do, if you want to make real money, if you want to have a 6 or even 7-figure business, it starts with foundation training. You got to get in the groove. You have to be part of a community and a team and a framework where you're getting help. You're working with guys like Wayne Bosinger in Nebraska. Big shout out to Wayne, 7-figure marketer in the group. The guy's a stud. He's helping people in our group on fulfillment with PPC. Now, he wasn't doing that until we called him and hit him up and said, hey, are you willing to take some of the members on as clients? Let them go to you direct. You won't find him running a website trying to sell this, but he's really good at what he does. Really good. His team is amazing. They're almost, I don't remember where they're at, between 2 and 3 million in revenue. They kick ass. So we have things like that available for you, and for $1 to come in and try it out, it's a total no-brainer. What do you think, Steve?
Yep. Broderick just asked a great question. He goes, is there any OTOs? No, there's not. There's not going to be any, like, you get half your email or half your password and you get the other half if you buy this type thing. I don't know how all that stuff works, but no, there's not. Now, what this is a chance, if you're stuck on starting out, if you're stuck on how do I get off the ground, if you need support and you've already got business, if you need that support foundation that I personally yearned for when I had business, if you need a place to go, one guy just said, man, LTA saved my life. He goes, I had a customer that needed, let me see if I can find it real quick. He needed something, and it was right in LTA, and it saved him. David Hebert said, LTA saved my butt getting info on and how to get out LinkedIn for a client. I mean, he had a question. You know, he's definitely got clients. He needed that support structure, and that's what we gave him. Okay? It's all here. If you're not in a family and you want to stay focused towards going towards the right direction, and you want to make sure that you're getting solid information from somebody that's actually out there in the field doing the business, not, you know, creating what he thinks the theory should be that would possibly be, quite possibly, if everything went the way in his head, dreamt up this morning, you know, while he was taking a shower, whatever. If you want real world solid advice and solid support for the advanced, the intermediate, or the beginner, okay, this is a place to do it, and it's very inexpensive. Who can argue with starting out with $1? Who can argue with?
Hey, Sid, let me show you. You know, we showed you these emails that I was doing on New Year's Eve, and then this morning, looks like the client's number 2 person just came back, and this lady Sandra disagreed with me, which I appreciate. I like when somebody on their team is telling their team that she thinks I'm right. 30 minutes ago during this training, I agree. I like the one that you like for the same reason, and it's cool, man. This is all about the real world, and that's what's different about our group. We are probably not the best PowerPoint makers. This is the best one we ever did because Sid and I didn't do it, and Gene did, and Gene's a rock star, right? We suck at PowerPoint. If you want good PowerPoint, I know 3 good groups where you can get some good PowerPoints, right? But for us, it's about blocking and tackling, foundation, real world, selling. You want to know why I want to be Sid's partner? Because that guy can sell like nobody's business, and it's awesome. And you know what? It's important, and all of us need those kind of skills. And you know, we have some amazing groups in verticals like our automotive vertical. Why do we have an automotive group? Because we practice what we preach. right? Why do we have a group called Wiz Sales Systems? Because we're using it and we're doing it. Why do we have a group called Local Training Academy? Because we do local marketing in a big way, not just on a webinar where we dream shit up an hour before the webinar. So, man, I don't know. I get fired up on that whole thing, man. I know, but it's in the chat box. A bunch of people are saying, "Hey, what's the link?" It's in the chat box. It's on the screen, and it's $1 to try it out. Like I said, as our guests, if you find it useful, we'd love to have you be members and participate and be active. If you don't, take a few themes, take some of our content, and best wishes. We only want you to succeed. All right, I'm going to take some questions, man. Let's see. Sid, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just answering questions.
Okay, yeah. I was getting, just earlier.
Yeah, no. Never know when my internet's going to quit, right?
Shelly, Patrick, if you have any issue, we got your back. I mean, we know you. Yeah, you can quit anytime you want. There's no lock-in. There's no, you got to be in for 4 months or we're going to bill you anyway. There's none of that shit. You either like it and you stay. Worst case, you're out $1. And you know what I mean? It's all about a relationship. Thanks, Keith. I'm reading your comments. Keith Avery. You know what? Yeah, maybe too many people are hitting it, but it looks like it's definitely working. I saw Mel. I want to welcome Mel and Jeff. Hey, Jeff, yo. You guys, it's as good as it. Yeah, it was definitely Gene answering. Anybody who's being told doll or anything like that, that was not written by me. That's written by Gene. That's funny. But you guys, this is good. And like I said, we don't have any problem with you checking it out, trying, going through some of our content. Like, I love our unnatural link training in there. I saved this client. This client's worth over $250,000 annually. I saved it with what I learned in that training or what I put together in that training. And it's in there for you guys. Drop $1, check it out. We want you to stay. We really want you to stay. We want to build rapport and relationship. But if it doesn't make sense, it's totally cool. We're not gonna, we're not gonna be mad or frustrated in any way. So, anyway, let's just hit some of these. I know we're answering them in the Q&A box. The bonus, hey, Tammy Patzer. Tammy, haven't talked to you in a while, but the bonus is we bumped everybody in the first 100 to 100% commission selling a done-for-you system that Gene and Sue put together, the Local Internet Secrets. It's a great product. Yeah, you can quit anytime. The whole point, let's see. Yep, oh, Tammy's passed me. Yeah, David Perkins just said the unnatural link.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Two of his clients, wow.
Yep. Well, that's coming from an experienced guy, too. That's not David Perkins is no beginner to this. This is not he's not a spring chicken, that's for sure. It's not his first rodeo.
Well, David, we know you're 27, dude. When he said spring chicken, he knows you're 27 now.
Spring chicken in the business. Spring chicken in
That's right. That's right. Hey, brother. You know what? The other thing is we have a lot of resources on our team. I just saw a good comment from Norm, and I'd be willing to throw a few $1,000s behind this to help. Norm said, any example landing pages for PPC fulfillment? I don't think there are, but Gene, full blessing. Why don't we get with Norm and a few others, and let's get Wayne's input, and let's create 20 or 30 landing pages for PPC fulfillment, and let's let the members pick what niches we need, and let's have our design team and have our webmaster, let's have them build these out for everybody. I think it's a great idea. It's not in there, Norm, and we should have it. And,
I'm making a note of it.
Yeah, make a note of it, Gene, and let's get that done like top priority, because honestly, I've often asked myself the same thing, and there's no reason we shouldn't have our own in the group. And I think it's a really good comment.
I'll hit you up later, and you can give me details about which direction.
Well, hey, I guess the point is we'll spend a few $1,000s. Let's just get them made. We'll go to let's get our webmaster going. Let's get Cindy. Let's set up a meeting, and we'll put somebody on it as a project manager, and let's go.
Consider it done.
Somebody said they can't pay. Well, we'll take care of you. Don't worry about it. And hey, Patty Rakowski, the Bears. So yeah, thanks again for the Christmas card. I actually got a really nice card from Patty and Wayne, so I want to tell you thank you. So Yeah, and if other people have ideas, I'm going to give you an example of another idea we're doing in our Wiz group. We have people in Wiz who want, how do I say it? They want scripts for reputation. This is in our automated dialing group, right? And so we set up a contest and said, let's drop a few $1,000 and let's get this thing working. Let's get a contest and let's come up with not the ones we think are the best, but let's test them out. So what we're going to do is...
Let's let the real marketing guru, who would that be, Brian? The public.
I'm going to have to go to the consumer, right?
Right? Yep. So we end up running a contest, putting it out. We paired everybody up into 2-person teams, and then we're going to let the true marketing public, the marketing guru of the world, which is the public, tell us, not somebody who claims to be a guru. Right?
Well, how about this? How about we get these niches together? I'm all over this idea. And how about we pick 3 of them, and let's pick 3 from strong marketers that have clients in those areas, and let's test these PPC landing pages out, and we'll offset the PPC spend to make it a no-brainer. Because I want it based on the real world, not based on webinar la la land, which is too often the case. Guys, it works. Works really well. The real world is amazing. Yeah, I see a bunch of people signing up. Welcome Wes and Leslie and Juan and Jay and Martin. Hey, and if you guys don't know Jay Lane, this guy's a rock star. And, you know, just like anybody else, he's been there, done that. He's gotten the bruises and the T-shirts. He's fighting fulfillment issues. This guy's a stud. He's closed 10-plus clients in the last 2 months. Star. Martin Blakely, Randy, Larry, Thomas, Patrick, Robert, Vicky, Rick, Ron. Hey, Ron. John Cardell, TV, and down in Dallas. I mean, all these guys are solid marketers. Solid. We will get into PPC in a big way. We're going to build what I want from you, and we'll set it up in the group. What I want, yeah, if it's overloaded, you guys just give it a second. It shouldn't be, though. I'm seeing a lot of people sign up. What we want from you is the best.
Won't let you sign up unless you got to fill in the fields, though.
Yeah, you have to fill all the fields out or it's stopping you. I see some of the people. Yeah. Like that landing page idea, like Jeff Yo, you'd be a great idea. Jeff just said dental, attorney, roofers. Roofers, no-brainers. Attorneys. Let's get a list together. We're going to get, Jean is awesome at this. She will cull together, based on what the members want, the best 10 or 15 niches. Let's get 15. And let's get a mix of home services and professionals. And then let's start mocking them up. And we'll dedicate at least a full-time graphic web guy and part-time one of our project managers, and we'll pay the money, and we'll get it done because Norm was spot on. It's a very, very useful idea, and we don't, straight up, we don't have it, but if Jean spearheads it, it will get done. She is a beast. She gets shit done, which is awesome. You guys, I heard Chrome was giving people problems. TW just shared Firefox worked well. We'll check on it, but I can't help you on it right now. So...
Hey,
Brian?
Brian?
We'll get some feedback on vendors and other vendors, you guys. Yeah, Realtors is a good one, Broderick, especially for PPC. So looks like Firefox seems to be the issue. Yeah, Cosmetic Surgeon is always good. I actually have dinner tomorrow night with the largest, this is friends of my wife. I don't know the guys. My wife's friends with their wives through our kids, right? It helps as you get older, you know, kids get friends. I'm going out with the largest plastic surgeon on the south side of Atlanta and the largest personal injury attorney, and they're actually in a rock band together. They're buddies of a dentist friend of mine, and we're going out to dinner, and it always comes up, you guys, hey, Brian, tell me more about what you do, and they love talking about what I do, and we share things like that, and sometimes we can get them on the phone, but Cosmetic Surgeon is a good one. This guy spent $35,000 on his website, Michelle. Crazy.
But Brian's like, hey, I got a way to get you some leads. And they're like, what, landing page, website? And you're like, no, my buddy Sid.
Yeah, no, I always stay clear of selling to people unless I'm positive that I can deliver to them when they're warm market friends. Guys, hey, I see Pete, and I see Tammy Pat, hey, Tammy, Tom, and Broderick, and Jeff, and Harold, and Michael, and Rich, and Jesse. Hey, Jesse, welcome. And Jack and Ashmore, hey, Nadine, and John, and Trevor. You guys, we're having a lot of people sign up. I think we only have like 40 spots left right now for the 100 where we'll bump you in. We'll keep the dollar open to anybody, but I set up the system where the first 100 are going to get 100% commission. And I think in the spirit of being cool, anybody by midnight, if it goes over 100, is totally cool. That means you're on the call. But we're seeing a lot of interest. This is just about keeping it real. And I don't know where to go from here. I don't always know the right answer. I know Sid and I don't. But we do things like, I don't know, somebody's in my the Wiz group. Sid, who's in here? I know Shelly is. Shelly, you saw what we did with Reputation last week. We've already dropped 4K on that. We're moving that thing forward. It's going to be awesome. It's the same thing, you guys. We believe in putting money behind it and testing it and making sure it's good instead of just dreaming the crap up. So for this thing that Norm just thought up that we all love, we're going to put our money where our mouth is and test it out. And I figure we need 2 or 3 for each niche, 2 or 3 mock-ups, and then we'll put dollars behind it and see which one converts better. And then we'll have empirical data. We'll have the numbers that we just talked about, and you can rest assured that this one is proven to be better, and you can look at the test, the split test. I love it. Matter of fact, we would love as much support as we can get on it and have your help, and we'll fund some of the PPC, to make it painless for people. But I'll tell you guys, it's good. Rex, no, we use 3. I'll be straight up, Rex. We use Sprague's product, the Kahuna product. I'm using Rep Loop right now. I'm split testing Hershey's product against Sprague's in a real world, and I complement both of them with Vendasta.
Hey, give me
Vendasta's expensive, but we got a buddy, Sid. Can we share his name on the call or no?
With Vendasta or?
No, our guy that's sharing out his white label. Are we allowed? Is he cool if we do that or no?
Yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah, we got a guy out in Phoenix named Ryan Kramer. Super good guy. If you're interested in sharing his white label, I don't know how he has it set up, but I know he's sharing it out with people and splitting costs.
Brenda says he stopped it. That he stopped.
Oh, he
it.
did. Okay.
We'll find out.
If enough of you hit me up, we'll hit him up. But he's a good guy. Otherwise, we'll put you in a group and you can split it together. But in our opinion, Sprague's got an amazing product for outbound reputation marketing. It kicks butt. His user interface is a little cluttered. His feature set is awesome. He's a super guy, and he wholeheartedly believes in what he does. Hershey's got this amazingly efficient interface, simplistic feature set, but a lot of good feedback from clients. It's extremely good, too. Neither of them are very good on the monitoring management side and on, like, the mentions and the brand and stuff like that. The stuff that really generates cool eye candy reports. Vendasta is the best one on that, in my opinion. So those are the ones we use, Rex. Straight up. So.
Yep. Hey, so let me ask.
Yeah, Shelly, you're fine. Don't sweat it. I have no idea what the deal is, but it looks like the people that are changing browsers seem to have solved it, y'all.
Who wants or needs? We've got some stuff in there, but who wants or needs like a quick start strategy? Who needs that kick in their butt right now? Give me a reply. If we got enough, we'll do something here for you. Who needs that quick start? What to do? You're sitting on ground zero. I need to get to making revenue. Who's stuck in that?
You know what, Sid? I got $3,000 behind that too. I'll throw some money at that right now, dude. How about you come up with the areas, the niches, like for instance, social media quick start or rep quick start, and let's build those out too for people. If you want them, we'll do them live and we'll record them and we'll really make them polished. Because You know what? That is, dude, you know what? I should have told you this. I had a few people hit me up for that in the past few weeks on that. Hey, I had a guy, and I don't know his name offhand. He hit me on Facebook. He bought our Link Connect tool. Oh, by the way, any of you, we'll give you, well, I'll hold off on something cool we have coming out, and we'll make it available for free to members. But get this. This guy said, I love it. I think I can sell clients like crazy. I just don't know what to sell. And he just needed that blueprint or that strategy, guys, Sid, to kind of take those first steps.
Okay.
I think it's a good idea, dude. I'm glad you said it.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea.
Yep. Well, give me a response in the question box right now. If you say yes, you need it. If you need that from ground zero to getting started, a quick start, Brian and I'll put something together here special for you. I expect you to log in. I'm going to write these names down. I better not see you not logged in. How about that? That's how close we're going to be kicking you. All right. And if y'all know me well enough and y'all can deal with my personality and my push, then you're gonna feel it. So yeah, I'm a no bullshit kind of guy, but I think I know what motivates people.
All right, let's. You know what? While we're taking questions, dude, I hate to procrastinate, so I'm gonna take a little. I'm gonna start it out here. Well, keep taking questions, and let's keep. You guys, there's 56 spots left. Actually, I just checked. So if you're on the fence and you want the 100% commission, there are 56 spots. But rather than talk about it, we're gonna get it going right now.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Hey, Gene, yeah.
Hey, somebody asked a really important question. I want to make sure that we answer it. They said in the local internet secrets, which is really online training academy.biz, where we've white labeled it, for this group. They said, do we have automated webinars set up?
What does that mean, Gene, when you say automated webinar? That means like the client would get automated live webinars?
No, it means the marketer, like the people who are on this call, they're going to have their own site set up, because we're going to set that up for them, and they can take generic webinars that are valuable to a local business owner, and they can automate them, and they don't even have to go do the webinars. They're done for them.
Wow.
So if you want to have a site that says brianandersonatlanta.com, and you want to hand out business cards and say, here, come listen. You know what, Sue's telling me that I'm saying that wrong. Maybe Sue should explain this. But we do have automated webinars.
Yep.
Sue,
all right, I appreciate that. Nope, let's, no, that's perfect. So you guys, we have automated webinars as part of the downsell, the local internet secret that we sell. It's available so you can drip the training out as if it's a live webinar. We have all kinds of stuff. You saw the themes, and you can see real time. We'd love to help you pick the, business verticals. We build these in. Let's see. So let's feel free to add and or vote for the niche of your choice. Who else? Attorney. I'll just put, you know what? I'm going to make it easy, and I'll just put 2. There we go. So we'll get that going pretty quick. We'll pin the post so it's at the top, and we'll get people commenting like crazy. That'll blow up a couple hours, and we'll see where we get on that. Yeah, but that'll get us running. That'll keep us honest. You guys, we're gonna make the dollar available so anybody can get in and check it out. $1, and like I said, we're totally cool. If you find that you don't like it, we're pretty confident, or we wouldn't make the dollar offer, that you will like it. Actually, we think you'll love it. And the live training and all the work and all the themes and plugins and products and training, it's a wealth of what we consider foundation to build your business around, and we're excited about it. What else do we got, Sid? What's next on the Q&A, man?
That's it, man. I just see a bunch of simple questions. People are excited about the kick butt quick start. I tell you, if I had some material written, I would say stay on the call. We'll do it. Start it now. But I want to deliver something of value here, so I want to be able to put together some slides and make it right. But thinking about getting moving in the right direction right now. Think of what services you're going to offer. Right? You need to decide on which service you're going to offer. If you don't have a service you're going to offer, let me help you decide a service you're going to offer, and maybe that'll be the first call. We'll do that soon. But right now, you need to have a great image in mind what you're going to offer. The one thing I got to say that's very important: just because you bought a product from us or anybody doesn't mean you have to include that in your business. Doesn't mean it. It doesn't mean just because you have a plugin that does this or that means you have to use it every time. It doesn't have to fit into your world. You need to clear your side of the street, get very clear. What is most important to you right now? Revenue, clients, or additional clients? What is most important right now? Most of you should say revenue. Well, if you want to make revenue, I will show you how to make revenue fast. But you got to be ready, and you got to listen. So,
I like it. Well, listen, you guys, in the spirit of 2:15 and keeping this call efficient and not belaboring the point, I think you guys get it. It's $1. You can try it out. If you decide you don't like it, we're cool if you take some of our stuff as a gift. We think you're going to love it. If you did have some kind of problem and you couldn't get in or whatever reason, hit us up. We're pretty approachable. We've got a support at, I'll put it in the chat if it's not already there. It's getsupport.biz. And the only challenge is we gave everybody the Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off in honor of the holiday, but we'll check them ourselves. So getsupport.biz. You can put in a ticket, but hit Sid or I up, and we'll help you. If not us, then hit up Gene Kalenda or Sue White. We've got a pretty talented team, and we said, hey, we need to be more diverse. The last thing we wanted is to have guru pundit kind of BS on a webinar. We kept this very real. Gene and Sue built their business doing exactly what they teach and sell, which is Chamber of Commerce and networking groups and meetings. They built a 6-figure business that way. They added more clients than almost anybody I know in 6 months. Crazy. They're very, very well respected and established in their community. They've become part of the fabric of their area of Myrtle Beach, and I think Sue's in Conway, but right outside of Myrtle. And at the end of the day, they're the kind of things that you want to model after. Not a guy that sends emails only and sells you stuff only. You need to work with people that actually do the business. And when we realized that we could actually partner with Sue and Gene on this, we knew it was a no-brainer, and we're really happy to have them. So if you guys don't know them, make sure you introduce yourself and meet them. They're super, and they're active in the group. They're very helpful. So what else? I think we're done, man. We took most of these questions are ones we've already answered.
yeah, absolutely. Hey, one thing I just want to mention before we get off the line, because you're going to be seeing something coming across here shortly. We're going to be asking for one piece of information from everybody. It's not going to hurt you. It's only going to help you. We're going to be asking for your birthday.
Thanks, man.
Your birthday. We're going to be asking for your birthday. And if you like to be recognized on your birthday, I would recommend you give it to us. If you want to keep that private, it's totally cool. We understand. But we're trying to take our customer service and level to another level, and you know, obviously by getting your birthday would help. We're gonna
Quick shout out.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tommy, welcome, Tommy Clark, and hey, Shelly, it looks like it did go through for you. I see it. And Bruno, welcome. Les, welcome. Don, welcome. Yeah, no, it's crazy. I'm reading these. Looks like we have around 38 or 40 left. This is actually pretty crazy, the sign-up rate. David Decker. Hey, Paul Lester, welcome. Hey, Paul, we should grab a burger downtown if you want. Me, you, and Sid sometime and catch up. Let's see, Paul Guthrow, and Rolly, and Rick, and Dean. I'm seeing them on my phone, and I'll do a quick count, and I'll shoot a replay out. We probably won't be that efficient on the replay with the holiday, and just we're honestly understaffed over the next day or two because we want to do the right thing by our team, and we'll handle it ourselves to the best of our ability. But man, I got nothing else. I mean, it's $1. We'd love to have you, and Sid, I'll let you wrap it up, man. Thank you again.
Yep. Every man. Hey, Paulie, I thought that I wanted us to try and get a Falcons game in this year, but I think we went to the only decent game there was, Brian. And they really kind of went to crap after that. But
yeah, anyways. I appreciate. Who took us to that? Was it Don?
Yeah. Yep.
Don, yeah, nice guy. Real nice guy. Took us. We got field level passes and crazy. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man.
And we're going to be sending something out. We're actually going to have a special like bonus webinar if you sign up and give us your birthday. We're going to have something collective. I'm putting it in our question box right now. There's no way we'll be able to keep up with it. But,
who thinks that shirt was not mine and I borrowed it from Sid? Who thinks?
Who came prepared?
That's right. Yeah, Sid was prepared. He brought 3 shirts and 2 hats, I think.
Yeah. Got to make sure everybody's taken care of. That's awesome.
You know what? Paul's going to get out, or if not Paul, then one of our – actually, I think the operations team will get an email out so it goes right into Infusionsoft. All we want to do is we want to do a better job of personal emails and thank yous and stuff on your birthday. And we have a lot of people's birthday, but not as many as we'd like. there's no hidden agenda other than to send you a nice well wish. So, man, all right. Well, Sid, I'm out of here, and I appreciate it, buddy.
Yep. Awesome. See you, man.
Okay, take care, you guys.